Hello Facebook Live, and welcome to my live today, all about it's not your hormones. Okay, so the reason I'm coming here live today to talk to you is because I have been posting for going on for 5 years now about my message, which is that it's not your hormones, it's your organs. And for some reason, a post that I did yesterday went absolutely viral. Like I say, I've been posting about this for going on for 5 years now. And now I did a post and it went viral. And so I thought it's a good time to come live and give some context on that post. Because ultimately, because that post is so popular, it's being shown now to more and more people. So people are finding that post and they're seeing my message, which is it's not your hormones, and there's no context for that. It seems like it's just a statement, okay? But if you've been following me for any length of time, you'll know that there is more context to that, and I'm gonna give you that context now on today's live, okay? So I'll try and keep it as short and sweet as possible, but I'll try and get right to the point. So the point is that I'm trained in Chinese medicine, okay? Now this is something which I find myself so grateful for, okay? Out of all the things that I'm grateful for in my life's journey, understanding and the wisdom of Chinese medicine is right up there at the top, okay, of the list of gratitudes. Because knowing this information is absolutely life-changing. It's absolutely life-transforming, okay? So we're looking at health and the body through a very holistic lens, but we're not just looking at the body, we're looking at the body, the mind, the emotions, and the spirit. It's a very holistic way of treating, okay? And so from a Chinese medicine perspective, what we're always doing is we're always looking for the root cause. Okay, and once we identify and treat the root, then it's like the first domino. Once that first domino falls, the whole domino trail falls. So when we come back to the first domino and change the way that the first domino falls, everything that follows falls differently. Okay, so many times people will come to me and say, I don't know why acupuncture works, I just know that it does. And this is why it works. It works because we're finding the root cause. So there's quite a lengthy consultation initially, which is to investigate. And during that investigation, I'm looking for certain key things. Okay, I'm looking at the colour of your face. I'm listening to the sound of your voice. I'm listening to the emotion that you exude and the odour, which is a very, very subtle odour, which each organ's got its own particular little subtle fragrance. So we're always looking for that one organ. That's the root cause organ, okay? And once we help the organ that is most struggling, then the whole picture balances itself, okay? Because we're getting right to that first domino. And in terms of, when I say it's not your hormones, what even am I talking about? I'm talking about women's health, okay? I'm talking about menopause, big time, but I'm also talking about fertility, and I'm also talking about women's monthly cycles. I'm talking about period problems. I'm talking about, all the things that hormones get blamed for, like mood swings, irritability, tiredness, aches and pains, all of the things that we blame hormones for. That's what I'm talking about, okay? The entire woman's journey, okay? I'm talking about teenagers, I'm talking about young women, I'm talking about perimenopause, I'm talking about menopause and beyond, okay? And from a Chinese medicine perspective, it's not your hormones. Hormones are chemical messengers. They're not at the cause level, okay? So to try and keep it as simple as possible, yin and yang is at the fundamental foundation of Chinese medicine theory as well. So the yin is the feminine energy, cool, wet, dark, and yang energy is hot, bright, light, dynamic, okay? And yin energy energies still as well, okay? So each organ has its own balance of yin and yang, okay? And then overall, we might be yin deficient or yang deficient. And what we tend to see, especially at perimenopause and menopause time, is that the yin has become deficient and the yang has become excessive. And because yang is hot and dry, that's what causes a lot of the menopausal symptoms. The heat and dryness causing anger, irritability, loss of patience, headaches, insomnia, anxiety, okay, and you name it, okay? So it's about finding the root cause organ where your main imbalance lies and rectifying that, okay? And in terms of hormones themselves, any substance in the body that we talk about, whether it's a hormone, whether it's an amino acid, whether it's an antioxidant, whether it's a cell, they were all created from the organs themselves, okay? So different organs are responsible for creating different substances in the body, okay? So if we notice that the hormones are out of balance, okay? So as we hit perimenopause and menopause time, then obviously the estrogen is declining, okay? And that is absolutely meant to happen, okay? But the symptoms that come with it are not coming from the hormones. They're coming from the organs, okay? And so kidneys are known fundamentally in Chinese medicine, it's known that the kidneys are the organ that is responsible for the generation of the hormones themselves. So if we see a hormone imbalance, my initial thought is, let's correct that at the root cause level and let's help balance those kidneys, whether they need strengthening, whether they need cooling down, whether they need warming up, whatever the kidneys need to get back in balance will ultimately result in a better, more balanced production of hormones, okay? So hormones are involved, but they're not the cause. And the post that I did yesterday was a post that I actually saw someone else share. It was like a meme. And then I shared that meme with my own little bit of blurb on top. And it was basically describing decades of abuse that our body has undertaken, okay? And then when we get to that perimenopause time, to think that a synthetic hormone that we can just take is going to fix all that is not the case. And that's what the post was really talking about, was the fact that we have to look at the way we've lived and also whether we're exhausted and whether we simply need more energy so that the body can function as it knows how to when it's got enough energy, or if our energies become stagnated because we've got a big emotion that's stuck and it's not moving, and then that's causing a major blockage. And if you think about like traffic on the motorway, if you get into a traffic jam, at first it's a little bit of a nuisance, but as time goes on, if you're stuck in that traffic jam for a long time, you're going to start to feel more and more upset, more and more irate, more and more like, I need to get moving. That's basically what happens when energy gets stuck in the body. It gets stuck, and the longer it's stuck for, it starts to turn into heat. And then the heat rises and agitates. The heat will agitate the heart. The heat will agitate the mind, okay? And the heat will burn up your yin, which is the cooling fluids, even more. And it's the cooling fluids that we need as the counterbalance to all of the heat symptoms that we're experiencing. And also the yin energy is basically like, when we think about hormones, we think about estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone predominantly. Estrogen is the yin hormone, okay? And so if the yin is being eaten up in the body by over busyness, never resting, being on the go all the time, giving too much of yourself to others and not enough to yourself, stuck emotions that are not being addressed, then those emotions turn into heat, are eating up even more of the yin. Then all of this is happening and the yin is declining at a much faster rate than is normal and natural. And because the yin is actually the kind of background substance that the hormones are produced from, the estrogen is a manifestation of yin. So if you haven't got enough yin to begin with, you're not going to be producing the right amount of estrogen, okay? So obviously, you know, some women can take hormones and start to notice that their symptoms do improve, but it's like taking a painkiller for a headache. okay, your headache's going to go away, but you haven't dealt with the underlying reason why you got the headache in the first place. And if we don't identify that root cause, and if we don't make the changes that are required, then we're never really dealing with the ultimate problem. We're just putting a quick fix sticky plaster on top of it. And those quick fix sticky plasters in and of themselves have major side effects which need to be taken into consideration. All right, guys, so that is my message. Okay, when I say it's not your hormones, it's your organs, I mean, let's get to the root cause. Let's identify that underlying organ root cause imbalance. Let's give the body, mind and soul what it needs in order to get back into balance. And then you'll see that the hormones themselves actually are much more able to balance from within without the need for external extras which can exacerbate their own imbalances. All right, guys, that's my message. I love you so much. And I also, before I leave you, will let you know that I've got a quiz, okay? It's a free quiz that you can take, and it will tell you which one of your organs is the one that's asking for the most support right now. And then it will offer you the opportunity to deal with that, okay? To fix that. So take the quiz. Got nothing to lose by taking the quiz. It will give you some key information about your own health, your body, your psyche, your emotions, and your spirit, and what you need to do next in order to help that, to support your body, to support that organ, to come back into balance, and it can absolutely transform your life, okay? If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. This is what I live for. This is my message. This is my life's work. So please do reach out and let's discuss this, okay? For you personally. And if you know anyone that you think could benefit from this information today, please do share with them. I'd be eternally grateful. And because I'm like one of a very few, I mean, I really don't know anyone else on the internet that's got this similar message. We need to get this message out to women because they need to know that there are other alternatives, okay? And that there are other ways of healing themselves and that there are other treatment options other than hormones, okay? So if you want to become an affiliate for my work, that is also an option for you as well. You can share this message and get paid and help this message get out into the hands and minds and hearts of all the women that need it. Thank you so much for watching me today, and do reach out if you've got anything you want to ask or add. Love you. Have an amazing day.